consultant, professional trainer, business strategy columnist, and now author of Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. I work with New Times Business Solutions, a national industrial training authority, accredited training and consulting firm since 2007. Today I intend to discuss about career dynamics in the 21st century. But first, in 2006, the government of Kenya floated a 1 billion shillings fund for the youth. There were no structures, there were no systems at that time. But I helped the government to conceptualize a strategy of how to disperse the fund, which was implemented in 2006 and is working well even to this day. In 2014, I noticed another challenge. Research by the East African University Council found that 51% of graduates in our country, Kenya, are either unemployed or unemployable. In fact, it was worse in Uganda, whose figures were 63%. The rest of the country is falling in between. One day, I walked to the Ministry of Education to find out what they are doing about the situation. I asked them what they are doing about that challenge. As a strategic thinker, critical thinker, and analyst, I went to the drawing board again. Eventually, I came up with a concept that borrowed widely from my continued research and previously published ideas. I realized that building a career is just like building a house. Poor foundations lead to shaky structures that are likely to collapse in the course of time. More still, career alignment is just like that of a car. It is difficult to drive unless the matter is addressed. But imagine that happening over a lifetime, especially with respect to a career. I further realized that the foundation of all challenges that we encounter as individuals, organizations, and entire nations are associated with poor career alignment or choices. That is how career dynamics in the 21st century came into being. The concept was documented into a book themed Unleashing the Human Performance Potential. The concept advocates that properly aligned careers yield great individuals, great teams, great leaders, great organizations, great nations, and actually great rewards for all the stakeholders. That leads to what is known as abundance mentality. But is this the situation in our own country? Think about it. Research has found that those successful have largely got there by chance. The alternative is mediocre individuals, mediocre organizations, mediocre leaders, mediocre nations, mediocre leaders for all. Does that seem familiar? Keep in mind that 90% of the population anywhere does the same or undergo similar experiences. Careful analysis indicated that challenged career choices have largely led to something called scarcity mentality. Here, it is survival for the fittest, like in the animal kingdom. We compete endlessly for the scarce resources. That is the headquarters of corruption. That is the headquarters of all the negative things that we can think of in this country. In 3 chapters of this book, therefore, Career Dynamics in the 21st Century analyzes the genetics of the scarcity mentality, including the contribution of each of us as individuals, the school system, parents, and the surrounding environment. The next 8 chapters analyze the step-by-step process of embracing abundance mentality as individuals, organizations, and nations too. Ideally, it is recognized that each of us is good at something. When we pursue the same, we venture into greatness and achieve our desires in life. The resultant synergy creates great teams, great organizations, great nations, and great rewards for all of us. Most importantly, career dynamics in the 21st century recognizes how the world has evolved through 5 eras. The first world is in the talent era. Apparently, each of the eras has been associated with continually increasing efficiency. If only we can understand the mental paradigms associated with each of the eras, we would easily comprehend the genetics and genesis of most of our prevailing challenges. Naturally, we will then quickly align ourselves with the abundance mentality as elaborately explained in Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. Now, what will prevent each of us from discovering our personalized pathways towards greatness? If you are a professional, are you flying high or hustling in life? If you are a parent, have you or are you nurturing hustlers or high flyers in form of your children? If you are a teacher, are you likewise nurturing high flyers or hustlers? If you are a student, are you aligned towards mediocrity or achieving greatness? If you are an employer, are you working with mediocre or great teams? The good news is that the principles advocated in Career Dynamics in the 21st century are well researched, practical, and tested in real life, as is well documented. Ideally, you now have a choice of deliberately settling for mediocrity or greatness in life. There will be no more chancing if only you can get a copy of Career Dynamics in the 21st century. Thank you.